Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today I'm going to tell you what's on my Apple Watch and I'll show you how to customize it to make it look cool and aesthetic just like mine. The exact one that I have is the Apple Watch Series 7 in the 41mm GPS Plus Cellular in the color green. I've had this Apple Watch for just over 2 years and let's just get into it. So this is my green Apple Watch with the clover matching wristband. Sometimes this band gives me a rash when I'm swimming, so I'm trying to still figure out how to fix that. But this is my main watch face that I use 99% of the time. It has all my most used apps, and if I tap on the dates, you can access the Apple Calendar app. And next to it is the activity ring, so I can see my calorie goal, my exercise minutes, and my stand goal, and my steps, and any other workouts that I've tracked for that day. But I didn't like that I had to swipe all the way down to the bottom to see my steps, so I have the pedometer app to see the steps nice and easily. Next to it is the water reminder app, so I can track my water intake for the day. Next to it is the timer app, because I found myself using the timer a lot, especially when I'm cooking, so that's why I have it there. And lastly is the workout app, so I can track all the different types of workouts I'll be doing, like walking, running, swimming, jump rope, dancing. Like there are so many different types of workouts. It's actually insane how many there are. There's literally even more. Like literally look how many there are. So many. But yeah, that's just the workout app, and that's just my main watch face. And if you're unaware, you can actually add more than one watch face. So this is the one that I have that I use sometimes. It just has a simple date and time and nothing else you can do on the screen. It's just a cool aesthetic photo that I found from Pinterest. I also have this one that I use sometimes as well. It's just a simple time, nice and big. If I have the always on display on, which I do, you can still see the time easily without having to raise your wrist to activate the screen. And when I first got my Apple Watch, I made so many different types of watch faces that I now never really ever use. Like this one that just goes in and out of focus when you tap on it. I found this photo from Pinterest. This one is an Apple one, and it is of the earth, and it knows where you live and like the location. I live in Australia, so you can play around with like the time and the day, the light and whatever, and you can, every time you turn it on and off, it like moves around, which I thought was going to be really cool, but I just never found the practicality of it other than just the aesthetics of it. So that's why I mainly use my main watch face. This one is another, just the simple time, just a different font and different color. And I also have another one that I found from Pinterest, which is just some photos of leaves, just because it looks really cool and aesthetic, but I never really used it. Same with this one. I think this one came with the Apple Watch Series 7, like specifically made for the Series 7, because it had like a bigger screen than the Series 6. But yeah, I just prefer digital time over analog clocks. So this is what I mainly use. If you swipe up on the screen or use the digital crown to scroll up, you can access your stackable widgets, which only came out as a feature I think just over a year ago, so pretty recent. And you have the date and the time that you can't change, but you can change the widgets that you want. So I have the weather widget, which is really good, so I can see the weather. I know, self-explanatory, but also I can see what the weather is going to be like for the next 10 days in case my phone is not nearby and I just want to just quickly see the weather, just because I'm curious and I like to look at the weather. The other widget that I have is the sleep tracking app, so I can see how well I slept in the last night, as I do wear my watch when I go to sleep, and I can see what time I went to sleep and what time I woke up and how many hours I slept, what my average is throughout the last 14 days. And at the end here I have the battery percentage, the camera connect that connects to my phone, and the calculator app, but I can always easily access it from the home screen. This is my home screen that has all of the apps on my Apple Watch. As you can see, I made the effort to make it look cool and aesthetic, but recently I wasn't bothered doing that anymore with the new apps I've downloaded. But I will show you how to do that at the end of the video, how to rearrange all the apps to make it look cool and aesthetic just like mine. But this is what mine looks like. If you press the side button, you can access your control center where you can also customize it and move things around, but I actually only use the top 4 the most, which is the battery percentage, and if you tap on it, you can actually access low power mode as well. Next to it is the torch, which makes the screen as bright as possible, and it's actually pretty useful in most situations where I need a little bit of extra light and I don't have my phone nearby. It also has an SOS mode and a red light mode, which isn't as bright as the first one. It also has a water lock feature, which when activated locks the display, so when either you or water touches the screen or presses any of the buttons, it doesn't do anything, and to disable it, you just press and hold on the digital crown to eject the water out, just like that. Another cool feature is if you lost your phone, you can just press this button and it will make a sound, and then you can easily find your phone. I also have some other things in here as well, like silent switcher, theater mode, airplane mode, do not disturb, and some more that I honestly hardly ever use, so I can always just delete them, and you can add some more if you want to and rearrange them around. But yeah, I just mainly use the top 4. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to actually make a new watch face. Start off by tapping and holding on the screen, and then add a new watch face, and scroll through all the different types of watch faces that Apple has made, and trust me, there are so many different types of them. I remember it taking like hours to pick whichever one I wanted, and I ended up just using the one that I used the most, and I'm going to show you how to make that one specifically, the one with all the different types of complications. So these are all the different ones you can pick from, but keep scrolling until you find the one that says modular on it. There's a modular duo and there's a modular compact, but go to the modular one. So press add and add face, and then you can go and customize it. So you can choose to either have it with or without like color in the background. I chose to have it without, and then you're going to choose the color that you want, and there's different types of themes, different colors. You can add even more colors that are not on these ones here, but I just choose the one that is like green and blue. And once I had it like this, which was different colored ones, but I like to have like a different theme. I always change it every now and then. So that's the one that I have right now. It's like a green bluish one, and then you're going to scroll over and then change the different types of complications. So I mainly had it as the time. You can't change the date, you can either have it on and off, and I just had it on. And then I changed the one in the top left to be the activity ring, so scroll up until you find the activity and then tap on it. And the one in the middle, I had it as the steps, so I just tapped the side button. It's a bit fiddly to do it on the watch. You can do it on your phone as well, which I think is actually easier, but I'll show you how to do it on your watch, because considering you can do it. So there are different versions of each like app, like the pedometer app. There are different versions of what I want like it to look like on my watch, but I think I just had it as the first one. And then the one on the bottom left was the workout app, so I found that in the featured section, which is easier for me, but it might not be in your featured section. Same with the middle one is the timer, so it's just easier than scrolling all the way through and finding it. It might not be actually in yours, but it was in mine. And lastly, the one on the bottom right was the water reminder app. So that's how you make the watch face look exactly like mine, and you do need to download the water reminder and pedometer app, which is not made by Apple. Now I'm going to show you how to customize your stackable widgets. Either swipe on the screen or on the digital crown and just tap and hold anywhere on the screen until you get them wiggling and looking like this, and then press the plus button to add a new widget. So I already have 3 of them. I pinned 2 of them, the weather one and the sleep tracking, so I can have them at the top, but you can pick as many as you want. I think you can pick up to 10, I believe, maybe more, can't remember, but I only have like 3 of them. So I think for this video I picked the activity one because I already have the weather one and the other one, and then you can pick 2 different options of what you want it to look like, and then that's basically what it will be like, and you can add another one if you want to. I think for this video I picked the habit tracker app because there are lots of different options for this one, for what you want it to look like. Basically the whole point of these stackable widgets is just to make some shortcuts to your most used apps, which is easier to get to than trying to find it in your home screen, and this is what it looks like. To customize the control center, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just press the side button and scroll all the way down till you see edit, tap on it, and then you can add, take away, and drag and drop different controls around to your liking. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, and then press done when you're finished, and that's what it's going to look like. And lastly, to customize your home screen to make it look cool and aesthetic just like mine, or similar in a way, whatever pattern you want it to look like, or just in the order of most used apps that you want to use, you want to actually go onto your phone because you can't do this on your watch. So open the watch app on your phone and tap on app view, and make sure it's on grid view, not list view, or else you won't be able to do this. And then tap on arrangement and then swipe down or wherever, and all you need to do is just drag and drop all of the app icons to the order that you want it to be. It's a bit tricky because if you want to add, like, let's say this app next to the purple one, it will move around, so you have to continue to tap it and then move it around and keep changing it around. It took a long time. I remember it took like a few hours. I'm not even kidding, to do this because it just is so fiddly, but once you kind of get used to how it works, then it's pretty self-explanatory. And yeah, that's how you make it look aesthetic, and you don't even have to do it in rainbow order. You can just use your most used apps at the top if you want to just do that. If you have the Apple Watch Series 7 or any other type of Apple Watch, let me know which one you have and what color you got it in the comment section down below. Also, if you haven't watched my 1-year Apple Watch review that I made last year, or my unboxing video that I made 2 years ago, I'll have them both linked in the description box down below and at the end of the video. If you found this video helpful, make sure to let me know by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe. It would really help my channel out. Make sure to also follow me on Instagram too, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!